Let's begin not at the beginning. Because where the fuck do you even begin when you're already mid-transformation? What if everything you've been looking for wasn't out there, but waiting behind a veil made of belief? What if all you needed was to remember what you already are? Now pause. Notice that feeling, that itch, that signal, that twitch in the gut, and that flicker behind the eyes. That's your system realigning. Because here's the truth that no one spoon feeds you. Your beliefs. They're not descriptions of reality. They're prescriptions. They're operating instructions. And you were never meant to run someone else's software. Especially not the buggy, fear-coded bullshit they uploaded into you when you were too young to say no. So I'm going to ask you a question now. What if everything you used to believe was just one way of hallucinating? Because if that's true, if perception is projection, then who the fuck do you become when you choose your own hallucinations? Let's break this with a metaphor. Imagine your reality like a room. In this room, every belief, it's a window filter. Some dirty, some cracked, some painted with someone else's shame. You've been trying to see the truth through someone else's smudged glass. Now imagine you smash that window. The light floods in and suddenly you see your reflection in the broken shards. Strong, playful, commanding, profound. Now what happens when a man wakes up and realizes he's the one writing the code of his character? What happens is simple. The game changes. The rules yours, the frame yours, the inner voice upgraded. The emotional weather system under your command. Let's confuse things now just a bit so we can make sense in a deeper way. Because when I say failure doesn't exist, only feedback, do you hear the words? Or do you feel your nervous system release? Because what you think you hear might not be what you're hearing. You never failed. You only experimented long enough to prove to yourself what doesn't fucking work anymore. Every time you failed, that was a breadcrumb trail towards something more precise, more evolved, more you. What if every time you got rejected, you're actually getting redirected towards a higher quality reality? Try this. Instead of she left, you got freed. Instead of it broke, you broke through. You've already been doing this. You've already framed your reality every day. Only difference now, you're doing it on purpose, on your terms. And how do you do it? Like this. You feel the fear. You smile at it. You thank it for its shitty advice. And then you do the fucking thing anyway. That's what real freedom tastes like. The questions to rewrite her and you. Where did you grow up? What's your favourite memory? Tell me about it. Now loop that back, because every time you ask someone that, you're not gathering information, you're putting them into trance. Where did you grow up? What's your favourite memory? Tell me about it. It's regression, emotional transference. You're wiring their favourite childhood memory to you, and that memory full of oxytocin, dopamine, bonding chemicals. They associate safety and excitement with your presence. So here's the kicker. While you're doing it to her, you're doing it to you. You're reminding your own body what it feels like to be that free. So now every interaction becomes a meditation, a calibration, a dance of dominance and attunement. You're not chasing, you're tuning. Now let's hit it harder. Listen, most guys, they move too fucking fast. Fast touch, fast talk, fast fuck, fast fizzle. But you learn to slow down. You let your energy enter the room before you do. You use silence like a goddamn weapon. You observe, you breathe, you pace and lead. You read the pupil dilation, the shoulder angle, the micro movements. Because you've trained yourself to listen with your body. Like Tai Chi, like Jiu-Jitsu, like erotic ESP. You feel her tension before she does. You touch the meridian points, you follow her lead. until she thinks she's following you, and then you lead her somewhere she's never been. Now here's a double bind for the soul. You'll forget these words as soon as you hear them, and yet the effects, they'll remain long after the source disappears. Because this isn't just content, this is a process, an unfolding. You aren't just changing beliefs, you're becoming a mythical version of yourself that no one ever told you is possible. And now that you know, now that neural pathway, it's lit up like sacred circuitry. What happens next is unavoidable. You change the world simply by walking through it.